We came to ReEngage because we had become roommates.
We were looking forward to learning some new things to help improve our marriage.
There was an infidelity and a pornography addiction that she wasn't aware of.
We were headed for divorce.
We heard it was a safe place to reconnect with your spouse.
I had an affair, and I was ready to leave my family for it.
We were in a downward spiral in our marriage.
We were just constantly fighting.
The first time we walked into ReEngage, I actually felt hope.
I was just very nervous to see what was going to be revealed.
I felt, finally, this is a place where I do not have to pretend.
This class would require sharing and transparency, which was not something that I was used to.
I really didn't want to tell people about what was going on in our marriage.
I was very fearful. Being an atheist, I had never willingly walked into a church. And I was so grateful as we walked in that there were people there to greet us that were so kind.
The first time I walked into ReEngage, I felt hope and peace.
It was the first time I had ever heard people talk about really hard things they had been through, and also hear that it could be okay.
One of the biggest things I realized was that I was the biggest problem in our marriage, not my spouse.
I had blocked out feelings, not only from my wife, but also from myself.
We did an amazing job sweeping conflict under the rug, which over the years just resulted in resentment and mistrust.
Terry and I have been married for 19 years, and there are still areas that we can improve on.
One of the biggest things I realized going through ReEngage was how God's Word came alive.
God actually had designed marriage.
Our ReEngaged couples poured love into us and accepted us without any expectation.
And there was a true desire to understand and not necessarily judge what I was doing.
One of the things I liked about ReEngage was being able to share our story, talk about it freely in a safe environment.
Now our marriage is characterized as one full of love and grace.
Our marriage is characterized by putting Christ at the center.
Daily prayers, a lot of laughter.
It's not perfect, but our disagreements are now opportunities.
If you're considering coming to ReEngage, the one thing I would want you to know is that you will be surprised at the relationships that you'll build there.
It's worth giving God an opportunity to come in to your marriage.